Hello and good afternoon, evening, morning, depending on where you are. This is me, Otomo, casting a game on a Reddit request. The title is supposed to be Antimage against Juggernaut. So I know who's the person who submitted, but I'm not gonna say their name because it might be a spoiler. So let's look at the two teams. On the Radiant team, we have TJ playing Invoker, probably going middle. We have Kunkka on the top lane, played by Air404. Silence, using the Keeper of the Light. Anti-Mage, JSH. Love the headband thing he has over there. And finally on the range you have Stunning. So Silence and Stunning are both on the Radiant team. Over on Dire you have Gustav with this lovely samurai armor thing he's got going on. Witch Doctor being played by Speed Snail. Tide Hunter played by Cigar. I think so. That's how he pronounced his name. You have a top lane sniper 1539 and Tinker played by Origami. Now to look at the lineups from both teams, I'd say that Radiant has the better lineup, at least for the laning stage, because it's really hard to figure out how they're gonna lane this for the Dire, because they only have one carry, one support, and everyone else really needs quite a lot of farm. So looks like probably Sniper and Witch Doctor going top, and maybe a jungling Juggernaut. Not sure exactly where he's gonna go, especially with that first point Blade Dance. If you're gonna jungle, you might as well take Blade Fury. So we'll have to see. Uh, Middle is Tinker, that's to be expected, of course. Against Invoker, I'd say it's relatively an even matchup. This Invoker is going Exort, so he'll have quite a lot of last hitting power. And Tinker took level 1 March. I think you should take level 1 Laser because of the 100% chance miss rate. And bottom lane we have Tide Hunter taking Anchor Smash level 1. The two gauntlets are nice, but if you had a shield, a stout shield, that would have negated a lot of the enemy damage. So I don't know. You can see like right now he's not blocking anything. He's taking a. He might actually die here. Will he? Oh, he will. One more hit, and there you go. First blood for the anti-mage. Nice job. All right. So let's look at the anti-mage build. Standard, nothing. It seems like he's gonna probably rush a Boots, Battle Fury, something like that. Oh, and the Keeper of the Light dewarding early on. He must have noticed that when it was planted. And here we have Omni Knight going for that Soul Ring. It's a really good item on Omni Knight because you have a small mana pool. He's gonna. He managed to double pull. Anyway, getting a Soul Ring is really good on him because you can just use the mana to heal yourself. So it's really awesome. And let's see, Invoker going. Usually, you see some people go 1 point Exort, 1 point Class, so that you have 2 spells to use. But it seems like he's finally just going more Exort heavy for the last hitting. And Tinker, he's going for Max March. Not sure why he would do that. Anyway, let's look at the Juggernaut. Is he jungling? I wish I had seen what he was doing up until now. Oh yeah, he is jungling. This is a really cool trick you can do. It's actually quite impressive. You can cut a tree to put yourself in a position where you only have to fight one of the creeps to take damage. So not bad. Although he took stats level 2. I'm not sure why you would do that. I think taking Healing Ward or Blade Fury would help you out a lot, because all this mana that you have that you're not using, it's really wasted right now. The 2 points in stats doesn't help you. So, I mean, if you have Blade Fury, you can just go through this camp, pretty much. Top lane, let's see, we have Witch Doctor and Sniper. Sniper's going for more points to take him. Again, I would think that Shrapnel is kind of the best thing to max out nowadays, because it costs like 15 mana and you can throw a lot of them. And when you have any item that gives you mana regen, if you don't use your mana, you're practically wasting it. So let's see, and sorry. Now let's look at what's going on. In terms of last hits, you have Antimage leading the farm. Kind of expected. I don't think Tidehunter can contest him too much when he has two supports nearby. Then you have Sniper, similar to the Antimage, both of them relatively free farming, although I'd say that Kunkka is a bit better because of his the massive range of Tidebringer, especially when he maxes out this early. What's he gonna do? No, he's gonna. I thought Tidehunter might go and stack, but I guess he realizes it's too late, so he's just gonna go for the ruins. And middle lane, you have Invoker. What? Invoker, both him and Tinker don't seem to be doing too well, to be honest. I mean, look at compared to the CS of Antimage and Sniper, they should be doing much better than this, but guess not. And Juggernaut, is he going? Yeah, finally he puts a point in healing ward and another point in stats. So he has 2 points in stats early on, and he should. Why don't you just use the healing wards? I feel like he could be a bit more efficient with the way he jungles. Alright, top lane, there we go. We have a gank, rocket, no laser, and with that March is really useless in a gank like this. So that's it. If he had 3 points in laser, yeah, he probably could have killed him. But well, I suppose the March of the Machine build has its own uses. I personally don't know why he'd go for it. If you're gonna play, if you're gonna gank, it's worthless as a skill. Alright, and let's look how the golden experience graph, relatively in Radiant's favor, probably due to the first blood, yet the jungling Juggernaut adds a lot of value to their team because he's not taking anyone else's farm. Tidehunter, it's kind of expected that he's gonna suffer. He just doesn't have any sort of damage mitigation. 2 points in Kraken is good. I suppose that's one of the reasons you don't want to go Stout Shield, because if you do go Stout Shield, then it doesn't stack with the Kraken shell, but you should still at least get some sort of armor or something like that. So I don't know if the Stout Shield have been good on him or not. Not as good on Titan. There's other offlaners like Centaur and Clockwork, but it's still a decent item. And we're gonna see a battle for the bomb ruin. Nice. Keeper of the Light. That's good support right there. When you should secure the ruins if you can, especially when you have nothing else to do. So it's a small play, but makes a big difference because now he has an empty bottle, and the whole time Invoker's in the middle lane farming. I'm gonna go for the bounty ruin instead. There's actually some debate to think about when you're going for the bounty ruin. If you have a lane to yourself with creeps and you're last hitting, a bounty ruin may not be worth it, because a bounty ruin at this point gives you what, like 50 gold, 50 experience, something like that. So that's around 1 creep kill. So if you, oh damn, I'm sorry, I apologize for missing that. They dived quite deep for it. So if you're gonna see a bounty ruin, don't just rush to it and leave your lane, because most of the time 2 creeps make up for a bounty ruin, and in the beginning of the game even 1 creep is better than a bounty ruin. So leave it for your supports and just concentrate on last hitting if you're a carry or a core player. And yeah, this Antimage doing really well. 38 CS. I think that the maximum CS you can get in the first 10 minutes is around 80, because you're about getting 8 creeps a minute, and every 3 minutes you get a siege creeps, so it's roughly around 84 or so. And he's taking some harass, but with the Ring of Health he'll be fine. And he puts the power treads to agility, which is really clever, because it reduces the life, your total life, so you heal a bigger percentage. And will they get it? I think they missed the heal. Let's see it for a second. And they just pushed and got tower just like that. Tidehunter really can't do anything against this lineup. If he goes close for anchor, he gets hit by the purification and by the illuminate. And as I thought, the Kunkka is doing much better than the Tidehunter, but that's probably because of this Tidebringer, the way that it can hit from super long range. The radius says that 600, but actually 1000, 1.1200. How does that work? Because it's like a circle in front of him, so it's huge. It can hit you from like, oh, I see a sunstrike and it's missed. So it really hits you from really far away. So this max out Tidebringer, it'll reach sniper if he's within the. If he's like standing right in front of a creep. No, but good try. Alright, and Juggernaut, will he go in for a nice Omni? No, maybe, come on. And he sees him. It looks like it's gonna be a kill, and no. What he did just now was he used the mini stun from Omni Slash because he knew he wouldn't have enough time to kill him normally before he TP'd. So that was a good kill, you know. Maybe if Sniper helped him out, he wouldn't have had to use his Omni Slash, but it happened. What can you do? Alright. Do you have laser? No? That's good enough anyway. Tinker really went for this max march of machine builds. Can't say I like it because it doesn't seem like it's helped him middle. I mean, he's much lower CS than the Invoker. And Tidehunter, is he finally stacking? It looks like he's gonna stack. He's waiting for the 53-minute mark, 53 second, sorry, mark. And there you go. Good. He should probably take the bounty ruin since he's kind of behind now. Now, do we have any wards on the map? Seems like we only have one ward. Middle. Oh, okay. Invisible Tinker waiting. I think at least you managed to get a pretty early boost of travel. I think you can get like at the earliest with like 8 minutes, but it's still really good to get at 10. And if he had laser, he could have made Invoker miss his attacks, but outplayed just there. That was a good kill by Invoker. And Juggernaut, his CS is really high compared to everyone else. I mean, this is just a juggling Juggernaut, so who knows? Maybe my talk of efficiency was wrong, and he knows this better than I do. It looks like he's done this before because he was able to utilize some tricks to help him out a lot. We'll have to see what item build he goes for. He still needs 1 point in the late fury, at the very least for the magic immunity. So I expect him to get that soon, level 9 at least, but we'll see. Alright, there's gonna be a fight here. It looks like there might be a fight here. Well, maybe not. I'm worried that there's gonna be a kill in the middle lane. Oh well, that was very wishful thinking, but no cigar. Looking at the middle lane, more Tinker still falling behind the Invoker. The gap of like what 16 last hits that's pretty big. But at least with the BOTs he can travel around the map, heal, and now his max march of machine build will be useful if you can go to a lane and stop a push. So I suppose that would work, but he lost the laning phase pretty badly to Invoker, killed by him and much less CS. So what's the net worth? But, even though they have very comparable CS, the net worth between Juggernaut and Antimage is 1k. This is because of the first blood, and oh, there we go, killed. Both teams seem like they want a tower now, but the Radiance is probably a lot better at it thanks to the Illuminate, and Purification also is really good against taking out creep waves. Tinker can also push decently with March of Machines, but it's only good for removing enemy creeps. It's more of a defensive style than something like Keep of the Light. Let's see, which team. Now if I'm going to go by drafts and discuss which team I think has the better late game, I'll say that overall they're quite even. Invoker, Anti-Mage, and Kunkka are relatively equal in strength to... Oh, I apologize, I missed that again. Very early late fury. This is what you do when you have exceptional farm. Oh, no, miss a kill. Damn, blown up just like that. Come on. It's up to you, Juggernaut. Not enough damage. Spin? There we go. Good spin to avoid the return. Although I think he could have returned him sooner before he spun, but maybe he was just, anticipating it coming out anyway. So it seems like the whole Radiant team is here. No, then 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. All of them are here. And this is the good part now. March of Machines is going to be useful in this situation. Although you can't spam it that much. Maybe you can throw, just a couple of marches, then you have to go back. Oh, that's a bit out of position. And is he going to use his ulti? No, he couldn't. Still on cooldown. I was thinking that he might use his ultimate on Tinker just now. Either he interrupts him, or he just kills him flat out. And he's back. I think we can expect an ultimate this time. One more hit. I think he wants one more hit, so he can guarantee the kill. Oh, wow. Did he have healed him? Where's... No, definitely not. Maybe, not even the Soul Ring was on cooldown. Oh, Sniper moving way forward. But here comes the big boy, who apparently doesn't have his Ravage. He must have used it earlier. Not sure where he would have done that. Oh, no points. No, can't do anything. Could have maybe Ghost Walk, but on cooldown, so there was that. And this is something that you might see sometimes in games, is that there's usually a lot of empty creep waves just not being used. Nobody's utilized them. And you won't see this in a competitive game, or very unlikely, because the other teams know there's an empty lane, you go and farm it. Doesn't matter who you are, even if you're a witch doctor. Here he comes. So an empty lane is a lot of experience for a support, and a lot of gold that he needs. And let's look at top. So yeah, looking at the lineup, who has this late game? I would, if it were based on complete drafts, I would say that Dire has a better draft. All their heroes scale well into late game, whereas the Radiant, Omnia is always going to be good, but you could say that Keeper of the Lights becomes slightly less useful late game. Even though he can farm a lot, maybe get some good items, his actual skills are less useful than Witch Doctor with his Aghanim upgraded Death Ward. I don't think anything he offers is better than that. And still waiting at this top lane for something to happen, because I expect someone's gonna get killed here soon. Let's look here. From cap you can time. Oh, big whiff. It was a play. I mean, you have to give the guy credit for trying, but now he has no Ghost Ship for a while, and Ghost Ship is really good in these team fights because of the Kunkka's run. But before we start that, let's look what's going on. And Omni Knight is gonna make it. Oh, he throws out all his spells. That's more than you can ask for. And nope, still taking a ton of hits, but in the end, didn't matter. It seems like everyone here from the Radiant is gonna get killed except for Keeper Light. But in the meantime, Antimage doing Antimage things, pushing the bottom lane. So they traded 3 for bottom tier 2. Hard to tell. I suppose kills at this stage of the game are not as big of a deal, because you're not dying for a very long time and you don't really give up much gold or bounty compared to later in the game. So it's okay. And you do remove the tier 2, so there's less of a Roshan advantage for the Dire. Sniper, 1 point shrapnel. The max head. This is not. A lot of casters, they're a bit. They don't want to criticize. They don't want to say, "Oh, this player did something bad." But I'll say it. I think going max headshot is really worthless. You max shrapnel and you max take aim and you put 1 point in headshot early on, because headshot, the only thing it gives you is more damage. It procs the same and the slow is the same, whereas shrapnel gives you a better slow and a lot more damage, and simply just much more versatile. So I think going this max headshot build it's bad, basically. I think you get a lot more out of shrapnel and take aim than you get out of headshots. Especially because shrapnel is AoE, whereas take aim is just single target. So if it's procced more or the slow got better, maybe it would be worth it. But yeah, I think this was a bad move. And Juggernaut going for also a max stats build. That's okay, I suppose, because you don't really need more points than what you expect an ultimate. Took a big whiff on that ship. I think that would be a good time. There we go. Go in anchor smash. Very nice. The rest of his team showing up. The coconuts flying. This will be good bounces right over here. And that's all we can get. But in the meantime, Antimage enjoying that mid lane by himself. What is he going to go for? He's going to go for the early manta. His farm is exceptional for this point of the game, but you could also say that no one's really pressuring him. So he's just moving by himself, so he can afford to get all this gold. But his team is not throwing, but losing a lot of life, throwing their lives away, and we'll have to see. Dire they have a slight gold advantage because of the towers. They only have one tower compared to 3 from the Radiant, but it's a big EXP difference. So in team fights, like I said, I think the Dire would definitely have a pretty large advantage here. So let's look at items. Invoker going for Yules, standard after Midas and Blink Dagger. It's good to have Blink Dagger for Invoker if you're going to use the what's it called? The wall, ice wall a lot. It helps you position it quite well. So we'll have to wait to see that combo soon. This is a cool trick, but they're not doing anything. Kunkka is probably going for Shadow Blade. His farm is actually really bad, but that's the 4th death talking over there. What is the net worth between Kunkka? Yeah, Tidehunter, despite his atrocious early game, he managed to beat Kunkka now in net worth. But he already has his Blink Dagger. I'd say you don't really need much more for Tidehunter than your Blink Dagger Arcane boots, and you're really good. That's it. You don't need more for the rest of the game. Refresher is nice, but it's a luxury, and he can start working his way towards it. Anti-Mage. There we go. Complete Manta. 21 minutes in. Really good timing, and this will help him split push a lot. He changes his boots quite well. There you go. See, when he attacks creeps, you go straight away for agility, and then he changes them to intelligence to blink out. He doesn't really need to change it for intelligence, though, because you regen fast enough. But why not, I suppose. And let's look at the last one, Omni Knight. Omni Knight going for Atos? Could be a Bloodstone. Oh, there we go. Blink in. Not enough for a Mana Void. Here we go, team fight. They can see that they're warded here. Oh, that was perhaps a bit premature. Not enough mana for a Ravage. So I don't think the Dire wants that. I think getting them the Guardian Angel out of there was a really good trade for them. They didn't lose anything, but this is a long cooldown. You really can't afford to throw this. And this is one of the problems with Omni Knight. He's a very strong hero, but if the enemy team just runs away, I mean his spells just aren't that great if the enemy team is, not engaging you. Degen Arrow is very good if you're in the middle and people are near you, but if you're far away, then it doesn't matter. And Guardian Angel, you use it, people just run away. No difference. And what we see here, this looks like a dead Tinker. There we go. But Juggernaut making up for it. And there we go. The matchup that we've been waiting for. Juggernaut versus, well, Anti-Mage +2. So, not the fair one-on-one carry fight, but I'll say Anti-Mage took it. However, Juggernaut did force the whole team to rotate top lane, and he did kill 2 people. While in the meantime, the rest of his team are pushing bottom, And I think they don't have any more teleport scrolls to get there. So they traded 2 for 2, and they got tower. So Dire come out slightly ahead out of that one. Antimage did get the kills though. I think he got one of them, yeah, at least. Oh, there's lost tower. So even in the end. Antimage pushing ahead of Juggernaut the net worth, and this is the amazing curse of Antimage. He farms so fast that even though as a carry his combat skills are slightly lacking, if you compare it to someone like I apologize for missing that. If you compare Antimage to a carry like PA or Void, he isn't as strong because like PA has evasion and crit and attack speed bonus. Antimage, yes, he has good defensive ability, some nice offense. He's very mobile. Oh, and there we have a kill. Is he gonna die? No. He has a basher, yeah. Explains why he was able to bash him. And I think the Radiant should be able to retreat relatively safely until well, we have a big Ravage. He doesn't want to use the Ravage just to get 2 supports. So he wants to save it for the Antimage. Did he blink? No. But Omni Knight is dead. Just now, he wanted to save his Ravage to get 3 people because he didn't want to waste it just on the Omni Knight and the Keeper of Light. They're not worth it. But didn't work out at the end. Still, they got 2 kills, which was really good, and they didn't have to expend any big cooldowns for it. Sorry. Yeah, when you compare Antimage to other carries like PA and Void, is that Antimage is really strong because he can farm very fast, but his actual abilities are slightly weaker, I'd say. I mean, if you go PA one-on-one against Antimage with the same items, I'd say PA and Void would win almost every time. But that's luckily for him, he'll always be a few K gold ahead of everyone else anyway. And we'll Tide fall down here. Kraken Shell now, too tanky. Oh, he might go for it. He can't blink in yet. Big Ravage. There we go. Catching 2. But it looks like there was a lot of punches, but nobody really got killed. Well, they managed to get to bait out the Ravage, so that's 2.5 minutes without it. Well, in the meantime, Antimage still farming away. What does he have on the courier? Ah, there we go. He's going for a Butterfly. Butterfly is it's a good item, but I'd say Heart would be better. And the reason I think he's going for Butterfly though is because he doesn't want to go up. Oh, there we go. I missed that completely. I'm sorry. The reason he wants to go Butterfly though is because against Juggernaut, Butterfly is really good, especially when he has these proccing abilities like Skull Basher and Sanganiasha. I think you can avoid Omni Slash, but I can't say for certain if you can or not. In the meantime, let's look where we're in the XP and gold graph. Gold graph going in Dire's favor. EXP a lot because they're winning all the team fights. But it's fair to say that they're playing relatively 4-on-5 because you can see they're all they're here. In the top lane you have Antimage. But even like that. Hey, sorry. So you switch the camera. Oh, Juggernaut. Don't. Well, he has Roshan. It's Aegis. Only make it out. Yep, there we go. Teleport. No blink. No teleport scroll though. Oh. Could have gotten that one. These clicks, they make a big difference. That could have been a dead Juggernaut. But there we go. Juggernaut's live. Here we have Sniper going up against Antimage. Looks like Sniper is gonna be dead. I don't know. I think he could have mana voided and killed him, but I guess Antimage doesn't think it's worth it. And mana void has pretty low cooldown. I think you should have just thrown it. I'd say that mana void is one of those spells where if you can get a kill, just throw it out. You know, it doesn't matter who you're up against. You know, unless you're gonna push, there's no real use of saving. It's not like Black Hole where you have to make it count. It's modified. Alright. So, Radiant team seem to be in a bit of a hand-holding mood, where they all seem to be sticking together. Kunkka's farm is really bad, especially since he's a position 3 Kunkka, so he should have something. I mean, he's barely above his Keeper of Light, whereas Tidehunter's he's bringing a lot more to the table. But he has his Shadow Blade, so I'll help him initiate a bit. Tinker also is rather underfarmed, I'd say, for this stage of the game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Mid lane tower stand. What is the tower status? Dire has lost 4, Radiant has lost 3. So for all his split pushing, he only gave them a 1 tower advantage, and he could have fought with his team a bit more. So then again, you always think maybe if he fought with his team, they would have lost anyway. But I think he would have made a difference. He should max the X marks as far as soon as he can. Against Tinker, it's a really good skill, and the range is just the range increase is really good. We have a fight here. Okay, will he make it? I'd have maybe thrown a Ravage, and Death Orb might have killed him, but because he already has what level is Maledict? Level 3 Maledict, yeah, that's good enough. Juggernaut, there we go. They should have fought while he had nice stun. Dead Antimage, and Martian Machine's doing quite a lot of damage. Will he make it? Bash, more first hit bash, of course. You know, pure skill with that first hit bash. It wasn't first hit, no, it's definitely first hit bash. The Missile Blade's cooldown was too high to be used early on. And wow, the Dire just, well, like a hot knife through butter, it seems like it. And this is the thing, they have a much stronger core lineup. Invoker is good, but it doesn't seem to be giving them much, you know, apart from using New Scepter on creeps. But compare him to the Sniper. Sniper's bringing a lot more to the table. And even Tinker's doing quite well now thanks to this Martian Machine spam. And just like that, they took 2 towers and big fight. Things are looking rather grim for the Radiant. And I'll stick to my bet that, yeah, Dire will definitely, well, not definitely, but I'll say that they would win it. Oh, a Blink Dagger on Witch Doctor. This is odd. I mean, for the money, you could have bought a point booster and be halfway through your Aghanims and another 1k. I suppose he wants to blink in, throw a cask and Maledict on Anti-Mage, because that gives him a lot of damage, but I don't know, Space Snail, what are you doing? Alright. And Tidehunter, going for the beginning of a Perseverance. Refresher would be really good this game, because I don't think anyone really wants to go BKB. You have Omni Knight for Repel, and that's about. And I think this is a rather not the best skill build, to be honest. Jshbk it's good, but most people leave it at 1 point, and they max out Repel, and that seems to be definitely the better option, because I don't know, we have a fight. Nice Yules on the hero this time, dead from the start. So much for that Blink Dagger. The Sniper just pounding into them with his long range. That was well done. Oh, of course, the classic optimism of the Dota community. There we go. I would still say I was gonna say he survives it if he had the point booster and an ogre match, but he might have been able to throw a stun and died. But Blink Dagger, not really the best. An Anti-Mage, and this time he is split pushing. But he decides not worth it, and he's gonna try and defend for his team. We have Ravage, so better be careful. Thank you. And there we go. Ravage 1. Oh, he only has 1 Ravage anyway. Ooh, beautiful Beautiful mana void. And he's dead. That was gorgeous. Very nicely done. Is Kunga gonna say anything now about quitting? No? It's not. So yeah, I still don't like this pickup. Let's look at the hero items. It looks like he's going for Aghanim's. You don't find Aghanim's a lot on Invoker because, yeah, you can cast a lot of spells, but it requires really quick hands to do that 4-second invoke, and I personally like it, but Hex would be maybe a better option right now for this team. Kunkka, I think he's going for either... Oh, dead? No, that was... That blink that you're paying off. So yeah, Kunkka going with Broadsword. So either going to be a Blade Mail or a Battle Fury. I think Battle Fury would be better. I mean, sorry, Blade Mail will be better this game because you're taking a lot of damage and you're kind of dying a lot. So you might as well make it worth it. Keeper of the Light still doesn't have his Aghanim's. You should have it by now because... Yeah, he will. You should have it a bit sooner actually because Keeper of Light is not like other supports who can't farm. He can really farm the jungle very well with Illuminate, so you should have more gold by now. Anti-Mage, Heart. This is as close to a stack as he can be. He's probably get a Boots of Travel and one more item, then that's it. But these 4 items are stuck with you forever. So you have one more damage item, and then you have to go Boots of Travel. And this is the thing about Anti-Mage. He caps out pretty fast compared to other cores. By 35-40 minutes, Anti-Mage is done, whereas other cores can still grow. So unless you are able to do serious damage in that time, you know, you're gonna stay the relative same amount of strength while other teams gonna get stronger. And they get Roshan relatively unpunished. I believe they lost the tower though, so that's one thing. Ooh, Tinker with the very nice Hex uses. Will they be able to? Very nice, they really locked him down. And that was good use of Hex just now. Was there a secondary Hex? No, that was all Tinker. All Tinker. So yeah, the problem with Anti-Mage is that you cap out relatively fast compared to other carries. You know, Juggernaut, he still has... He can sell this one, this will be upgraded. So he still has about 2 slots, Boots of Travel and 2 items. Whereas Juggernaut only has 1 more, along with his Boots of Travel. So Juggernaut caps out faster than other carries, and this is both good and bad. It makes him stronger early on, but makes him relatively weaker compared to other carries when he's 6-slotted. Alright, let's look what Juggernaut's going for. Abyssal Blade is great. Mask of Madness. Phase Boots. Sanganyasha. Sanganyasha, maybe he could drop it and get something better later on. Monkey King Bar. Monkey King Bar is really good because of the Keeper of the Light. He has this blind. Where is it? Blind. Yeah, you don't want to miss 80% of your hits. So MKB this game is actually really worthwhile. And finally, Rushak is going for his Aghanim's. Not sure the Arcane Boots was needed. I don't think you spam enough with him that you need Arcane Boots, but he thinks he does. And Tide Hunter, getting close to that Perseverance. I think you should buy the recipe because... Oh, there we go. We have team fight. I apologize for not starting. Doesn't seem like there's going to be much going on though. Guardian Angel and retreat for a second. So there you go, the Blinding Light, but he's not going to miss anything. Not enough mana to use the Abyssal Blade. Will they bring another Anti-Mage? Doesn't look like it, but remember that Juggernaut has his... Juggernaut's still alive. Stunning, not enough to be killed. What does Juggernaut have? Juggernaut, yes, Abyssal, there we go. They could take two sets of racks. There's go one. They're fighting easiest team. Oh, there we go. Love the optimism. Love that leadership quality that you have of depressing other teams. Sorry, other players. And will he be brought down? Doesn't look like it. Where are you going, Antimage? There you go. But I think just focus on the racks. There's no reason to hit the creeps or anything because there's no backdoor protection. Just go for the racks. There we go. I agree with this. You should, if you're gonna play a team game, you cannot be the negative person who complains. That's just really bad. Juggernaut, he's probably dead. But they got 2 racks out. That's pretty good. And does he have buyback? He does have buyback. So Radiant, they're gonna have to push really fast if they want to make something out of this. I'm not sure what the whining is about. It's like, are we supposed to let you win? Anyway, Tidehunter. I think he should have enough money for his refresher, and that's going to make a big difference because I think none of the Radiant have VKB. Oh, oh, he's going for the critical. I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, none of them will go BKB. So, we'll have to see. I think that the refresher is going to really hurt unless we can get some really clutch repels, but still not max out. Sniper is the guy I haven't talked about this game enough. He's done his job really well. He's 8-0, so he's clearly been, sniping people off, doing really well. He has his items are also quite decent. Yeah, overall, this sniper's really done really solidly this game. I wonder if he'll be killed by the end of this game. I wonder. Antimage could have killed him sooner back in that fight, but you don't see the defense here. Tinker keeping the march going on, and with his refresher, Ravage doesn't have buyback though, so if he's killed, that's gonna hurt. I think he should just initiate. Where is he? Just initiate, go on. Oh, damn. There we go, refresher. Couldn't throw out the second one. He should have initiated before they jumped on him, because the enemy team only has one BK, only one. No. Is this gonna be the comeback? Juggernaut and Sniper doesn't have buyback. This, if he dies, Juggernaut can't do this alone. And will he make it? No, they're gonna lose 1 racks at least. Maybe if they try too hard to defend, they might lose more. But no, looks like Radiant's back now. I'm not sure they should because it's fun. Oh, that's one. Gustav. No, go back. Don't. I think I'm just going to buy back immediately. But there we go. Still defending, but the rest of the team is going to be up soon. Still, there goes their top racks. What kind of swing is this? It's like 10k of experience and 7 or so k of gold. Pretty big. Pretty big. At this point, it's now becoming a bit hard to tell who's going to win because Juggernaut already used his buyback. If they push, and Sniper doesn't have buyback, if they push and somehow he gets picked off, that's it. There's nothing they can do. And Tidehunter just now, if he had jumped before they engaged, it would have been huge. But he didn't, and that cost them. Witch Doctor, still no Aghanims, and quite some way away. Antimage, that's it. He can only sell this. Ooh, dead. If he's dead, no. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that seems to be game. Their 2 cores have no buyback, and wow. That's an impressive comeback. I mean, they were behind quite a lot, and just some slight misplays here and there cost them. I still think that this Tidehunter, if he was here, if he had just blinked, double Ravage, they would have won. But that one decision. Of course, there's a number of factors that contribute to the loss. It's not like it's just Tidehunter's fault because he made one mistake late game, but yeah, that could have been the biggest play. And they're just going straight to throne it. Spam, no March spam? He should have just stood here and spammed March of the Machines, but he didn't, and he's dead again. Even defending might have been possible if they had just waited a bit more, but they didn't. And that's game. I mean, barring some miracle. So well done, Antimage. I have to commend also the Juggernaut. He did really well as well. And this game was submitted, I believe, by the Antimage player. So well done, and I hope you enjoyed the cast.